Hello, I'm Bella Ramsey, and this is the WIRED Autocomplete Interview. Bella Ramsey, google.com. Here we go. When did Bella Ramsey... Oh, look, you've got it ready for me to peel off. Join Game of Thrones. Joined in season 6 at the tender age of 11. It was a lot of fun. There isn't really a deliberate approach to acting at 11 years old, and there's still not really a deliberate approach now. I just sort of winged it and continue to, and I think it's going okay. Is Bella Ramsey Ellie in season 2? Sure am, and hopefully also in subsequent seasons. Season 2 was a different experience for me in that we were filming in Vancouver rather than Calgary, so there was more rain, and the story is more emotional this season. Bella Ramsey. Pedro Pascal. I actually taught Pedro guitar for season 2. Well, taught. I showed him an E minor chord, and he was very pleased with himself. We are really good at making each other laugh at inappropriate moments, but I appreciate that people are just Googling us together. I guess it's to pull up a photo of us together or something. But I like that I'm first. Oh, I guess because you're typing in Bella Ramsey. That makes sense. How tall is Bella Ramsey in feet? 6'4". I'm 5'1.5". The half is very important. I think sometimes I'm 5'2" on a good day. Apparently you're taller when you wake up first thing in the morning or last thing at night. I think first thing in the morning. So it depends on when you measure me. Very gentle toss. Round 2. Bella Ramsey. Requiem. I feel like this is referencing a short film that I did called Requiem. It was really cool. It was set, I don't remember exactly when it was set, in the old days, during the witch trials. And basically, I fall in love with a woman in the village, and that is absolute heresy and really bad. But lots of people were looking at the photos of me and Sapphire Oakley Green, who's also in that with me. And I think seeing pictures of me kissing a girl and got excited about that for season 2 because I'd kissed girls in season 2 and in season 1, I guess, with Riley. But season 2, Ellie and Dynia relationship is something that goes on, and so I think that's probably why that's Googled quite a lot. It's also just a great short film. Bella Ramsey. Peanut butter jelly. I sang Peanut Butter Jelly Time a lot this season. Well, once specifically, but at other moments, it's my hype song. If I have to do a really emotional scene, something like Peanut Butter Jelly gets me going. Because it's so the opposite of what I'm supposed to be feeling, that somehow it helps with the crash and burn into the deep darkness if I'm singing Peanut Butter Jelly Time and being ridiculous. A song like this gives me a lot of energy. I need to have that energy reserve, I suppose, for doing an emotional scene. The emotional stuff takes a lot of energy. To cry and scream and be sad, it's actually quite hard work. So I think if I start the day really sad and in it already, I'm just bored of being sad by lunch. So I try and be super happy instead in the lead up, and then I crash and burn. Does Bella Ramsey live in America? No. I live in the UK, and I think I always will. I have no current plans to move to America.
Why do you think you always live there?
I really like the tube. I really like the public transport setup. I really like British tea. You don't do tea well over here. You have tea, we were just discussing, with lemon and honey. What is that? Black tea with lemon and honey? Black tea with oat milk, or whatever your milk of preference is. Yeah, you don't do tea right. And so that's my deal breaker. Thank you. What are Bella Ramsey's pronouns? Whatever you fancy. Really. A lot of people call me they. Some people call me she. Occasionally I get a he. And sort of whatever. I'm pretty chill about it all, for now. Maybe that will change, but for now. Is Bella Ramsey vegan? Well, yes. Not technically, no. I eat eggs now. And I do eat honey. So I'm a bad vegan. I'm veganish. That's normally what I say to people. I'm veganish. I will eat eggs. I had to eat eggs. Well, I didn't have to. I chose to eat eggs because I wasn't getting any protein otherwise, especially for the season of The Last of Us. I have to be strong and buff. So I started eating eggs because of that. But I try and get free range and organic. Is Bella Ramsey nice? Leave that up to you to decide. I think I'm pretty nice. and looking around for approval. No, I'm quite nice. I'm probably too nice. I've been told I'm too nice. I'm a bit of a people pleaser. Does Bella Ramsey sing? Yeah. I actually have this weird ability to like choral sing, like more operatic singing. I was in a cathedral choir for years when I was younger, and so that's weirdly the singing that I'm like most comfortable with. My voice can go very high. I have a very high voice. I've always got a song in my head, and if it's in my head, it's generally going to come out of my mouth song-wise. It's going on right now, but it's just... Oh, it's called Every Day is a Game by Night Tapes. It's a cool song. Oh, I just released another Spotify playlist. I do that sometimes. I make a playlist. I've got like a public Spotify thing. It's like my only, it's not even social media. But anyway, new playlist on there. And that song is the first one on the playlist. Bella Ramsey accent. It's Midlands, sort of a mixture of North and South. But I guess people are Googling that because people think I'm American a lot. I meet people even now and they're like, whoa, I didn't know you were British.
How many accents are in the UK?
Oh my gosh, so many accents in the UK. You drive 20 minutes and there's a whole other accent. Everywhere I go and film with, there's a different accent. It's really hard not to just like mimic it. It's really hard. I was just in Australia and I was probably offending people by doing a bad Australian accent all the time. It's just so easy to do when everyone's around you is saying like, fair dinkum. And g'day, mate. Actually, I only heard g'day, mate once. But yeah, accents. Bella Ramsey accent. It's a good Google. Fair dinkum. Bella Ramsey, green suit. Well, I wore a green suit for season 2 premiere of The Last of Us. That's a fairly recent Google. That was my favourite suit I've ever worn. Bella Ramsey green suit. I don't think I've worn a green suit any other time. It must have gone down well. Bella Ramsey got character. Bella Ramsey got character. No, Game of Thrones character. That's what the GOT stands for, I reckon. I play Lyanna Mormont and I kill a giant. Spoiler if you haven't seen it, but you should have seen it by now. You can't get mad at spoilers. The show's been out. I wouldn't have been an actor. I didn't know that was something that I wanted to do, and then ended up getting auditions through this television workshop group that I was a part of, and then was my first day on set. I was like, oh, this is really cool, and wanted to like do it forever. And thankfully, I'm still going for now. Bella Ramsey. It's weird saying my name so much. Hilda. Oh, whenever I meet a Hilda fan, it makes my day. Hilda is an animation that is on Netflix. That was my third job I ever got. I did Game of Thrones, The Worst Witch, and Hilda. There are so many shows on Netflix, and Hilda is one that I think is quite underground. Like, if your algorithm is kind enough to have it pop up, then like you're into it and you're hooked. But I think that it's one of those ones that if you know about it, like you know about it and love it. And if you don't, then I don't know. I just feel like it feels very special to me when people know me from Hilda, because it's also just my voice. So it's funny when people like know that it's me. They're like, oh, we're such big Hilda fans. I'm like, whoa, that's so crazy. You've just been like listening to me speak as this character in your living room. Like, that's so cool. Bella Ramsey outfits, courtesy of Fabio Immediato, my stylist. This is a Fabio special. In my everyday life, I'm not quite as stylish. I just wear like old t-shirts and jogging bottoms and dirty Adidas original trainers. Although I'm branching out, trying some new shoes recently.
That's cool.
This, Van Gogh. Van Gogh? How would you say it? I think I say Van Gogh. It's probably wrong. Van Gogh. I got hair on it. Bella Ramsey time. Aha, a really great experience. I played a pregnant heroin addict, which I have no experience of being pregnant or being a heroin addict. So it was very interesting for me to get into that and sort of learn about all of that. I had an incredible time, and the other people in that show as well. It was like me, Jodie Whittaker, and Tamara Lawrence, and we all just had the best time in prison together in Liverpool. Who does Bella Ramsey play in The Worst Witch? I play Mildred Hubble. Well met. I'm a witch who's not from a witching family, but then I find out in like the 3rd season that I am from a witching family after all. I always have one sock that's like up to my knee and one sock that's like by my ankles. And I have 2 long braids, but now my hair's all chopped off, so none of that anymore. The worst switch was like 3 years of my life, basically, like 3 summers, 16 weeks over the summer. I'd been on Game of Thrones before, so I sort of learned all this new language, like set language on that then I loved being able to like impart that knowledge on, because for most of the other kids it was their first job. It was basically mine as well, apart from Game of Thrones, but I sort of had this like roster of like new language and new information that I'd learned from being on Game of Thrones, and I loved being able to be like, if they had a question about like, what does this mean? I loved knowing the answer, and being able to be like, turning is the same thing as rolling, stuff like that. It was hard work, really hard work. And a lot of people relate to Mojo Trouble, which is nice. When was Bella Ramsey cast as Ellie? 2020... 2, 3, 1. 2021. And Ellie did feel like someone that was already like inside of me, which is a bit weird. And I still don't really understand what that means even when I say it, but I know that it feels true. Bella Ramsey music video. Well, I think this is probably in reference to a music video that I just did recently for a band called Girl Band, who are from Nottingham, which is where I'm from. They released this song called Not Like the Rest, and I did the music video. And it was really fun. We just like filmed in Nottingham city centre for a day.
Is there a city in the UK that has the best music scene?
London obviously has incredible music, but I feel like the north of England doesn't get enough attention. It's like Manchester has sick music. This is a call out to the north of England, and when people go to England, they're like, oh, if you ask anyone who's American or from elsewhere, have you been to the UK? They're like, yeah, I went to London. I'm like, you gotta get out of London. But yes, go to London. London's incredible. But then there's so much, you go like 20 minutes outside of London, a bit further than that, maybe like an hour, and you're in the most beautiful like rural countryside. And then go even further north to Manchester. It's also beautiful, great music. Yeah, that's my little UK pitch. That's it. Thanks for Googling me. I hope that this answered some of your questions. You can watch this instead of relying on Google. Goodbye.